Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Jason Demon-Tennis, and with me this week is midfield coach Rich Peebles. Rich, how are you?
Good, Jace, yourself?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, thanks. So last week we went up against Box Hill in the Anzac weekend games, and the development touched us up a little bit, but the seniors, we weren't too bad, only lost by 20 points in the end.
Yeah, they got hold of us in the third quarter, and probably 15 minutes of footy undid all our good work from earlier in the day, so we were chasing tail from the rest of the day. But you know, the boys held on, and 20 points is respectable, but not where we want to be.
Yeah, obviously we're trying to get that next step up, obviously, and it is, I guess, we Box Hill had the wood on us pretty much for most of last year, but this year we've taken some good strides, and just the 20-point loss wasn't too bad, especially after that good first half. But the second half, yeah, I think guys like Woodward and all that sort of stuff, and their big tall started to play a bigger part.
Yeah, the big fellas were good, and Woodward, I think he ended up with 40 touches or something like that, and they had Simpkin and 37, Anderson, all those good midfielders from Hawthorn. But that's the competition, and that's what we've got to strive to be as good as.
Yeah, it's always harder when you're versus a standalone war going against AFL guys, full-time footballers, and it's just balancing that commitment between work here and part-time footballers. But we have our side anyway from last week, which is the side that faced Box Hill. Particularly from your area in the midfield, who do you think, I guess, stood out? They had a pretty hard day with guys like dealing with Woodward and that sort of thing, but how do you think they played?
Oh, look, again, we battled hard. We were okay in the clearances. I think we were just down in the end, but Nathan Thomas' second half was quite solid. Daniel Vendetti tried all day. Ozzy was probably down, and that's unusual for him, but there's just a couple of structural things that didn't go the way we wanted them to go, and they're things that we can easily fix, and hopefully we do that this weekend.
Yeah, and also both Box Hill boys playing against their old sides in Tommy Goodwin and Tommy Miles. I think in particular Tommy Goodwin had a pretty good day out. He had 30 hit-outs, I think. Yeah,
he did. Look, he's developing, and I think each week we're seeing an improvement in Tom, and for him from where he started from, I think that's really important. But look, he'll probably come in as number one ruck again this week, but he just needs to take another step.
Yeah, and also you mentioned that third quarter. I think it was a little disappointing, especially I think Danny Union kicked 3 goals for us in that third term. But how do you think we can, I guess, best utilise it? We need to sort of get these young forwards, guys like Hill, and I guess even the young keys the young keys like Hill and the young smalls like Couchy, I guess. Just trying to get them a bit more involved in the forward line, not so, I guess, sporadic. It's always a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, look, it takes time to gel, and as Peter would have mentioned in previous weeks, we've got 30-odd new players in the club, so it still takes a few weeks to get things right. But, the ball usage from here and from our midfield into our forward line's got to be good. And these guys have got to communicate and understand leading patterns and who goes when and all that type of stuff and where the space is. And I think that's something we're still working through and something we'll address over the next few weeks.
Also in their development game, even though we did lose by 100, we've got some names here, plus our captain Nick Carnell, who's coming back from a concussion. We hope he can get up this week. We'll have to see how he's going at training tonight. And then we've also got a few names here who are certainly pushing for selection based on their form in the pre-season and the last couple of weeks. Yeah,
well, if Carners gets through tonight, I dare say he'll come in, but he'll have to have the test. Yaka and Shraven, both kids out of the TAC Cup, show a lot of ability. They've just got some things they need to work on, and there's been some encouraging signs in the last few weeks. Tom Gleeson's been solid last couple of weeks, even though we were well beaten in the development game last week. Early on he was okay, and Cody Mance went back last week, performed okay, and so his name will probably come up again as selection this week.
And finally, we're up against Frankston this week, which is our Channel 7 game. It's on midday start on Channel 7, and we've got the development at 3 o'clock today on Saturday. So a few, changes to the schedule, but that's on Saturday, and we're going to be against Frankston. So what can we expect from them? They've had a bit of a rough start. They were goalless in the first half last week against Richmond. What do we expect from them?
Oh, I probably wouldn't read too much into the first half. I think Richmond played exceptionally well from what I saw, but they've got a really good midfield, and we played them out here in a practice match a couple of weeks ago, and I think their midfield probably outshone us. So from a midfield perspective, we've got a lot of work to do. And look, they're probably like us 12 months ago. They're in a rebuilding phase and starting again. They've lost a lot of players. But as we know, on any day, a side that sticks to their plans and gets everything right can be very dangerous. So we certainly won't be taking Frankston lightly.
We certainly were. And just a reminder, once again, that game is at 12 o'clock this Saturday. Rich, thanks very much for joining us.
Thanks, Jason.